Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. Every Tengha has demand more fans, more players to sign according to every Tengha. Okay, so last night we witnessed one of the best performance from the English side, which is our neighbor Manchester City, and the club we hate so much. They showed one of the best performance in Europe, in a Europe competition against Real Madrid, who wins 14 Champions League trophy. So they show a true class against Manchester City. After that, a lot of people are saying that okay, when are we gonna reach to the Manchester City's level? When are we gonna close the gap between Manchester City and Manchester United? What are we gonna do? How are we gonna resolve the problem? But the problem is very clear, very simple. We have to sign quality players. The problem is to sign the quality players, we need enough fund, which is not quite there at the moment because every time I said this, okay, Manchester United are one of the biggest clubs in the world, but funds are needed to compete for biggest trophies. Everyone knows that it takes fund to sign top player. That is what every time I said, which basically mean he wants more quality players. He wants more fun to sign a top player. He's not wrong, he ain't wrong. And there is a conspiracy, not a conspiracy actually. There is a witness that we always see when it's come to the transfer market. For a new coach, the Glazers always bought players the very first season, but for the second season of the new coach, they don't invest anymore. Not even invest. They don't spend money. They don't spend money for the coach when it's come to second season. So soon will be every time has second transfer window. Soon will be second season. So he needed fans to sign top players. Okay, so if we want to be like Manchester City, number one, we have to change the goalkeeper. Okay, with David De Gea, with all due respect to David De Gea, we left David De Gea. He served this club for over 10 years. He won Premier League with under Sir Alex Ferguson, and he has been there so many times. Okay, he saved so many times. Of course, we respect that, but the time has to change. The times to change is coming now. If you want to compete against team like Manchester City, you need to be like Manchester City. When you look at Manchester City, what is the weakness? They don't have a weakness in their defense. They don't have a weakness in their keeper. They don't have a weakness in the midfield or attack. Even on the bench, they don't have a weakness. When you want to rest Kevin De Bruyne, don't worry. There is a Julian Everest, or it's like a free fold in there. When you want to rest Erling Haaland, there is a Julian Everest. When you want to rest Riyad Mahrez, there is a Bernardo Silva. When you want to rest Bernardo Silva in midfield, there is a Gundogan. They have so many choice even on the bench or on the first 11. If you want to rest Rodri, they have Kevin Phillips. Even though he didn't play that much, he have a quality. We saw it. He did it in Leeds United. If they want to bench like Akanji, they have Emre Laporte. If they want to rest Ruben Diaz, they have Nathan Ake. So they have so many good options, even in the bench or in the first 11. That is how good Manchester City and how good they can be. So if we are going to compete against Manchester City, there can be a weakness in our teams. When you look at our goalkeeper, do you think every time would it's like a have David De Gea in his team if he wants to play like when he did at Ajax? We need to change our keeper. We need to change. We need to improve, or we need to sign with a world-class striker. We need to sign at least two quality midfielders. So Marcus Rashford cannot be like roller coaster season. They have to show consistent performance, like from the Jadon Sancho or from the Marcus Rashford, from like Anthony Sancho. They have to show like a consistent performance. Okay, sometimes you've been so good, and then 10 games you've been absolutely disappear. So you can't do this because Manchester City didn't do like that. That's why I always say there is a huge difference between Manchester United and Manchester City. Manchester City way ahead of Manchester United, and that is what we don't want to see. But unfortunately, we are witnessing at the moment. Manchester City is so good. I don't think there is any other team that can compete, to play toe to toe against Manchester City because they are so good on a technical ability. They have quality players everywhere in every position. They have at least two players who can play. They have a two player in one position, and when you look at the Manchester City players, at least players always can play at least two or three positions. That is how Pep Guardiola built this Manchester City. That is how dangerous Manchester City are. That's why every Ten Hag says if we want to compete against teams like Manchester City, or if we want to compete the biggest trophies in the football, we have to sign quality players. If we want to sign quality players, we need to have enough fund to sign quality player. So he basically demanding more players, more fun to improve this team. So the last season we spent 200 million pounds, and then we signed 5 players permanently. So if the 5 player isn't arrived Manchester United, we won't be this good. Okay, if there is no Anthony Santo, I doubt that Jadon Sancho can do like Anthony did this season. If there is no Casemiro, if there is no Christian Eriksen, I don't think only Bruno Fernandes he is alone. I don't think he alone can be that good. I'm not saying Bruno Fernandes is a good because our midfield is a weakness, because there is as long as there is a scoreman to mini like Fred, we can be good as Manchester City. So if there is no like Malacia and Lisandro Martinez, we will not be this good. So that is the result, the overcome of signing top players. That's why every Ten Hag demands more players, more quality players, more funds in the summer for the next season, because he needed the funds to sign top player. If we are trying to close the gap between Manchester United and Manchester City, we have to sign quality player. If not, there is no way we can compete against Manchester City. That is what Erik ten Hag demand about. So I'm worried for Erik ten Hag because even though he wanted to bring some more quality player in the summer, I don't think there will be enough fun for Erik ten Hag from the Glazer to sign more player to improve this squad. That is what I'm worried about. I don't think we can sign 3+ player. If we can sign striker and midfielder, it is going to be huge overcome, because I don't trust Glazer. So this is what Erik ten Hag demand about Manchester United. He demands about more players. He demands about more financial backup. So what do you think about Erik ten Hag saying? Make sure on the comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.